Imagine it's 1998, your old CRT monitor is buzzing, and Carmageddon 2 is showing you that brakes are optional and hitting pedestrians means bonus points. Back then, critics labeled it as silly, violent, and fun with surprisingly good physics, and players loved it. Today, it still gets a very positive rating on Steam, sitting at around 88% score from countless reviews. The formula was straightforward: expansive open maps, metal crunching crashes, and the freedom to either race, wreck, or dive headfirst into chaos tourism. Now, fast forward to 2026, and here comes Carmageddon Rogue Shift, like that edgy cousin who just discovered games and zombies. Instead of the classic point-to-point destruction, you're thrown into track-based, wave-style events where you grind through runs, collect upgrades, and try not to become scrap metal thanks to undead traffic. It's marketed as brutal, roguelite, vehicular-combat mayhem, and honestly, that description isn't far off. But here's the twist. While Carmageddon 2 is fondly remembered as a cult classic that has aged surprisingly well, Rogue Shift has arrived to a rather loud and mixed reception. On Steam, it's currently sitting at a mixed rating, with less than half of the user reviews being positive. Critics are just as divided. Some describe it as a fun, scrappy spin-off with a cool mix of genres, while others whine that the event variety is as thin as your car's armor after a single lap. From the reviews, you can sense an identity crisis. Fans raised on Carmageddon series are praising Rogue Shift for its sleek visuals, satisfying impacts, and that guilty pleasure of turning a corner and wiping out a group of zombies. They appreciate the upgrade system, the feeling of progression, and the addictive just one more run loop when it hits right. But then there's the other half of the players standing amidst the wreckage with their arms crossed. They argue that the runs start to feel repetitive, that the roguelite randomness makes success feel more about luck than actual driving skill, and that the wild, open-world chaos of Carmageddon 2 has been crammed into a tighter, more monotonous structure. Some players were hoping for a fully fleshed-out modern Carmageddon 2, but instead got something more like Slay the Spire, but with cars and roadkill. So, how did they compare? Carmageddon 2 is like that classic metal band still on tour. Rough around the edges, a bit janky, but totally embracing what it is. Rogue Shift is like the reboot album. Polished production, fresh ideas, but not everyone is on board with the new direction. One is pure 90s chaos. The other is a structured roguelite grinder with a sprinkle of Carmageddon flavor. If you're watching this video wondering which one to dive into, Carmageddon 2 is your nostalgia-fueled, physics-heavy demolition playground. And Rogue Shift is the experimental spin-off where you either think, wow, this is awesome, or you're out after 3 identical runs. Either way, the legacy of mowing things down at reckless speeds continues, now with more zombies, more upgrades, and a whole lot more debate in the Steam reviews.